Let's call this the truth about YouTube's Tupac Hoax channel. What's up, people? 50BM, Devil's Advocate, back with another video. Before we start, make sure you hit that like and sub button. Let's get it. I've recently came across a YouTube channel called Tupac Hoax. Tupac Hoax. I'm pretty sure if you're a major Tupac fan, you've probably already came across this channel. And many of you probably are offended by what you see. But me, I'm a major Tupac fan. But I choose to look at it a little bit differently. I'm actually entertained by it, and I'm not being sarcastic or downplaying it or anything. But what this person shows is very interesting, and it's crazy if this is actually true, that the government can do some shit like this. I like to focus on that part of it and use that as entertainment. But see, my thing is, it's ironic that that Tupac basically made us look stupid because he was fooling us the whole time. So if we go by what this person is saying or showing, should we trust or believe a person that's not even willing to show their face and put themselves out there? It's a rhetorical question. Obviously, the answer is no. And it's ironic because I don't hardly show my face, but if you go back to a few videos back, you will see my face. So even though I do it now, I have done it in the past. But that's besides the point. He basically insults your intelligence and says that you can't tell the difference between real and fake. In a lot of cases, we can. But I ask this question. If what the Tupac Hoax channel is showing, if it's true, should it really matter? Should it really matter? Should it matter that Tupac wasn't a real thug? I believe that a majority of us already knew that. Should it matter if Tupac was actually gay? Now that was surprising, but I don't put anything past anybody. But should that bother us that he was gay, if he was? In my opinion, it shouldn't. Because I truly believe that as a person, you never agree with everything that a person does or says. You never agree with everything Tupac did or everything Tupac said. You take bits and pieces that you agree with and that you can use and add it to your life. That's what you do, because think about it. Tupac died when he was 25. 25 black men. What was your mentality when you were 25? I'm 34 now, and I can tell you that my mentality is nowhere near the same as it was when I was 25. But even though he was 25, you go back and listen to the Tupacalypse now, I believe he was 19 or 20 when he came out with that CD, that album. And it was strictly socially conscious music on there. But it didn't sell. I think it might have went gold. So if you do have a message that you want to get across to people, a large mass of people, if they not hearing it, does your voice even have any power? Does it matter that you're even saying anything? So what was popping eventually started popping with the thug shit, the street shit. So yes, he had to show that, be that person. And obviously, he turned to that person, Bishop from Juice. That was him. But does that take away from the lyrics of the message, the essence of who he actually was trying to be or who he was? That shouldn't take away from it at all. As a 34-year-old man, you think I give a shit about him being a thug? You think I care about whether he was a thug or not? Whether he was a real tough guy or not? Looking back on it, I'm happy that he wasn't actually a thug. Because it would be stupid to glorify a person being a thug. That's stupid. Now, if you're in your early 20s, yeah, you can run with that. And it may seem cool to you. But as of right now, that gangster hard shit that he rapped about, yeah, I listened to it. But that's not what I actually truly embraced. Tupac was able to touch on every aspect of life. And it was almost like a blues person rapping because you felt it in your soul. And you could feel the anger and the pain, every word. It wasn't the sagging pants. It wasn't the thug life across his stomach, even though that's what we like to focus on. So if you don't focus on that type of stuff, then what the Tupac Hoax channel, it shouldn't faze you. It shouldn't bother you. It should be entertaining to you just like it is to me. Just like any other TV show. Now, the only album that he came out with while he was alive that was strictly on some gangster shit was the All Eyes on Me. Tupacalypse Now, Strictly for My Niggas, and Me Against the World had a mixture. Well, Tupacalypse Now was basically socially conscious music, but Strictly for My Niggas and Me Against the World, that had a mixture. So yeah, it had some tough guy shit in there, but it also had songs that we can all, as men, black men, can relate to. So I think that's what you should focus on as Tupac as an artist. Because one of the constant things that this guy in Tupac Hoax says or shows is that black people feel that we need that Messiah to lead us. So that should be insulting in itself. So once you see that, then you should all automatically say, okay, I don't need anybody to lead me. I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions. I'm here to lead myself and my family. So as an adult, I can't look back and think that I'm gonna follow every word Tupac said. Because he was 25 and he ain't lived yet. He hasn't lived yet. Again, from 25 to 34, your whole mentality changes. Now, before I go any further, I just want to run through a few of the titles of the Tupac Hoax YouTube channel. We have the Tupac Illusion of Reality. We have Tupac All Lies on Me. And we have the Tupac Pump Your Brakes. Now the Tupac Pump Your Brakes one was basically alluding to the fact that he was gay. And he showed the videos of the young Tupac looking suspect. Now I had to agree with that one. But again, if he was, ain't got nothing to do with me, it doesn't change anything that he said. Now, as black people, learn how to use entertainers as just entertainers. They're entertainment. They're not put here to run your life, to lead you. Yes, if he would have lived longer, he could have been something major. But why do we feel like we need that? Why? Because when you take that person away, what else do you have now? You have nothing. Then now you're confused, you're lost, because you put all your trust into one black man or person leading you. And that doesn't make sense at all. Now, it's not only the fact that you can't see this person's face, but this person, I haven't heard this person use their own voice. Normally it's clips and a lot of text being put on the video, and that shit is hella edited. I got to give them props for that. That's some good shit. But as far as seeing the person and hearing the person's voice, we don't know. So should you fully trust? And it goes right back to what I was saying about Tupac. Just like you shouldn't put all your trust into him, you shouldn't believe everything you fucking see and put your trust into somebody that you can't see or actually hear. One of the main arguments is that, or main accusations is that Tupac was an agent, a special agent, FBI agent. Now, this sounds like some movie shit. Like they planned all of this from day one. Do you really think that the government is that good, whereas they could plan every single step from day one and you not be able to see any flaws in it? Well, hell, let me take that back. The government probably could do that shit, but that's besides the point. Let's move on to something else. The one thing that made me really question this channel was right after Nipsey Hussle died, then he started doing Nipsey Hussle hoaxes, or hoax. Everything can't be a hoax. Everything is not a conspiracy theory. Everything isn't what this is or what he's trying to show. It's not. Some people just get killed, and that's it. That is it. But for this person to be trying to tell you that Tupac was a fraud, at the same time, he's trying to let you know that he's alive, giving you hopes that maybe he'll come back. And that's the main thing I believe is grabbing most people's attention, is the hopes. I believe a lot of us don't really care about the shit, but you will have a lot of people following behind this person using the same talking points and basically just delivering it in a different way. And now that you can hear these people's voices and you can see their faces, you have a lot of people that's following them. But if you follow that person and hang on to their every word, you just as bad as what they're saying that Tupac followers were. So I think we need to stop worshiping men. Stop worshiping men. Focus on being the man, the king, the head of your household, leading your family. We won't need another Martin Luther King. We won't need another Malcolm X. We won't need another Huey P. Newton. We won't need another what Tupac was supposedly supposed to be. You name one person that white people got. Well, let me take that back. They got plenty of them. But we don't need that. So to sum it all up, what I'm saying is we need to stop letting people manipulate us. Stop hanging on the words to people that you can't see or even hear. Use it as entertainment. A lot of things may be true. You take the bits and pieces of things that you think are true. But it shouldn't matter about Tupac anymore when it comes to those things that he's trying to point out, because you're not 25 anymore. Most likely you're in your mid to late 30s and early 40s. And you shouldn't be hanging on every word that a 25-year-old said anyway, because you should have grown up. Make sure you hit that like and sub button. 50 BM Devil's Advocate. Till next time, I'm out.